Okay, let's talk about this chick. This Congresswoman. My gosh, everyone's up in arms about this. And you know what? I never heard of this Congresswoman before this whole debacle, so I guess it's working. Congresswoman's real Aunt Paulina goes viral over resurfaced video in a MAGA bathing suit. After liberal commentators criticized her outfit as inappropriate, the Congresswoman hit back, saying, "I'm confirming that I have indeed worn swimsuits, and you can tell I'm biologically a woman." Where does she? What state? Where is she from? Let's see.
Florida.
Florida.
I mean, come on.
And this was 10 years ago.
Oh,
I think the only reason they're upset is because she doesn't have the same values as the other people do. Yet people prop up like, trying to think like the Olympics, twerking at the Olympics, or I don't know, just like if she had different values, I'm sure they would have been like, hell yeah. Do you think?
Well,
girl?
I think a lot of people, at least some of the people that I've like gotten into conversations about this with, were thinking that this was part of like her congressional thing or something that she did while a politician. But the fact of the matter is, she used to be a swimsuit designer and a swimsuit model. So like someone like this video like resurfaced from however long ago. So you know, it's not directly linked to her being a politician. Like, so what?
Exactly.
There's like the whole butt shaking thing is, you know, we could talk about that if you really want, but you know, she's a swimsuit model. She's like you know, a swimsuit designer. That's kind of comes with the territory. It's not as if she was like, it's not as if afterwards it's like, vote for me, you know?
No, exactly. And they do make
that's
part of
like,
campaign.
because a lot of people I talked to, like I said initially, were upset because they thought that was what it was being used as, and it just isn't. And a lot of people that don't like it because of like the hyper purity culture right now. But
and like I said, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's a
she
one
lives in
piece.
Florida. I think people that live near the beach, they're like so jaded on you know, they just don't think about it. They just, and so somebody from Montana or like, you know, someplace up north would be like, oh my God, she's showing her butt.
Yeah. She has such a great butt. I feel like we all deserve to see it.
I have no
She has
idea
a
what people are
fantastic
upset about.
body,
It's a one piece. What was wrong? I'm sorry, my internet went out for a second. But they're shaming her for wearing what? A one-piece bathing suit? Oh,
I agree with Kim. I think that when people put it out there, it made it look like it was now and that she was using it as a way to get votes, when really it was completely taken out of context. And now, you know, it's like 10 years ago. And like she said, I think she was like a swimsuit. What did they say?
Designer.
She was a swimsuit designer and a t-shirt designer.
So she
She
says,
also
I have
was
a
a
Listen,
model.
I'm going to run for Congress and I'm going to wear a swimsuit to get votes.
Yeah,
why not?
Why not?
Right.
No
I
shame
mean,
in that.
Didn't
People
Force
are gonna
Mommy
see-
run for something, and then she posted a nude and then put a firecracker in her ass? Like, why not? See?
I think that was before she ran, but that is so funny.
We love a
know.
little pyrotechnic butthole. That's wonderful.
X-Ray Girl
Yeah.
has to
Yeah.
run.
I'm sorry. I just been streaming all day.
It was so good to see you again.
Yes. Thank you, Chrissy, for having me on. And
Thank you. Your hair looks really good, X-Ray Girl.
thank
It
you.
is good.
It's like 4 days unwashed.
Ooh,
Gorgeous.
Ooh.
But
Tell the
Big.
people what's coming up for you.
tomorrow, probably gonna play Diablo on my channel. It'll be my first time playing that game. So
Oh, wow.
if you can sub to Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Extra Girl everywhere. And yeah, I hope you guys have a very good evening. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Oh, now we're
Aw.
symmetrical. I like that.
Now we're symmetrical. All right, let me bring back this.
I mean, I guess we
thing.
were symmetrical. It just feels
I
perfect.
know.
More
I
balanced.
know you're. I totally feel you. I'm so glad she's gone. Anna, Paulina, Luna. I have a confession to make since TikTok Democrats are on to me. I wear bikinis to the beach and mineral sunscreen.
Oh.
I am confirming that I have indeed worn swimsuits, and you can tell I am biologically a woman, MAGA. But you know what I don't like about this? You can't see how old these tweets are.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What? Why?
There are better,
Yeah.
I guess, things to do with your time than digging up modeling photos of me from almost a decade ago. The left is attempting to make this a thing, yet can't define a woman. Very low IQ behavior. Get over it.
Ooh.
Oh.
It seems very odd of the left because it's like, you know, women should be able to wear whatever they want and do whatever they want. And, you know, and we as we should. I just do not understand how this is offensive. Because she's
Well,
an
especially
American
from the left,
flag.
it doesn't make
Story
sense.
hour
They're
with
into the most
children.
degenerate, weird shit. Like only a few weeks ago,
Right.
during Pride, you're seeing videos of like grown men pissing on other grown men in the street, and these are the same
Ugh.
people who are like, "That's love. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever." And now they're like, "Oh, look at this swimsuit model from 10 years ago. This is horrible."
Yeah, and they wear like those dog masks at the parades that they call
Ugh.
family
Right.
friendly, and then they're outraged by a woman in a swimsuit. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's all fake. It's all fake. They're liars. They don't have a single like solitary moral compass, at least not like a straight one, so to speak. And they constantly contradict themselves based on whatever the talking point at the time is.
They're just mad because it's a Trump swimsuit.
Yeah, it's a
yeah, I don't know.
objectively attractive woman in a Trump outfit. So
I'm
that's
just mad because I have to do a lot more squats for my butt to look like that.
I know.
Yeah.
My
Her butt looks
God.
great.
Yes.
And you know what? Why can't a woman in a like a good-looking, fit woman with bathing suit pictures out there? Why does that make people take her less seriously? I mean, why does that take away from? I know that's how it is, but it has nothing to do with your competence in.
It has
But
literally
it has
nothing
nothing
to do with
your
your
politics
confidence.
either. It's literally just like a look at me grab. And like it's, you know, people are gonna say bad things about you no matter what. It happens to be something that I would personally disagree with. So like I'd be happy to share why I would disagree with it.
Tell me.
I just think because it's nothing to do with politics. It's nothing to do with your platform. It is everything to do with like the self-aggrandizing. And I do think that like the porn culture and like the porn brain rot is just like rampant, especially for, you know, like young men. And it's just not, I don't think it's very healthy for a lot of reasons, but particularly if you want to be taken seriously in some sort of like political landscape, unless you're like, okay, I can see like a leftist kind of being on this. I can see like a Democrat, because like a lot of their platform is like, you know, love is love, and, you know, sexual revolution type stuff, like abortion should be available, and my body, my choice, and whatever. So it would make sense. But fundamentally, I understand why on the more conservative side, people would say like, this has nothing to do with anything. Put your clothes back on. If you want to do it in your free time, do it in your free time. Like, but when you're in that kind of position, everything you do is under a microscope. Every single thing that you did, you know, like every fart you ever accidentally slipped out in high school is suddenly under a microscope, and somebody's gonna have something to say about it no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just
What better
like,
way to
why-
make people pay attention to boring politics than being hot and putting on a cute one-piece bathing suit? You know, if you're a beautiful woman, a lot of men won't pay attention to what you say anyway. So
I think
that doesn't bug me at all too much.
You know,
though.
I think it's a little hypocritical, because if somebody would you say, Kim, that you would not vote for somebody if they used to be like a pageant girl, or like in that world, because they have to be in swimsuits?
I mean, I
was thinking that they run around in a lot less.
I would the objective reason that I would not vote for someone would not have to do with the fact that like of something that you did in your past. That doesn't bother me. Like I myself come from like a very degenerate past. Like there are things that like I wouldn't want people to judge me off of right now, because like I don't resemble that person. I'm nothing like that anymore. So like, no, like past things, like I'm not really so much about like, oh, like you did this thing, I think it's weird. What are your policies? What kind of platform do you stand on? What kind of promises are you trying to make? Like what kind of change do you want to affect? Do your values align with mine as far as like the kind of community you want to see around you? Do I care that you wore a bathing suit 10 years ago? No, I really don't care. Do I care that you're a pageant queen? No, I really don't care. Is that part of your platform? That's kind of weird. Why would that be part of your platform? Maybe that would be a reason why, but that I would say.
But everybody has a past, right? Like,
not necessarily. I mean, like, I envy a lot of like my friends who, you know, like I recently befriended somebody who's in my D&D group, and like she met her husband in high school when they were 13. They got married like very young. They lost their virginity to each other. They just had their 4th child. Like some people really do it right. Like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, some people really like don't have like the weird history or like their shortcomings when they were younger don't necessarily wouldn't be nearly as embarrassing as others.
I just think having somebody with a varied experience like that. I mean, there's limits, of course. Like, would I vote for somebody who has done porn? Maybe not. But I mean, if you have a little bit of like saucy photos of yourself out there, I don't know. I think that's what makes somebody like a real person. Like I wouldn't expect somebody to wake up, you know, like to be born, go through all their schooling and be like, I will run for an office. Like I kind of like somebody who's like, maybe I was a model. Maybe I like.
I got no problem with her.
Like
I got no problem with any of that. I have no problem with stuff surfacing from the past at all. It would like, could you have a reaction now about something that came up from your past that could turn me off to what happened? Probably, but like just generally, I'm not voting based off of like if you took like an embarrassing photo or like if you used to be a swimsuit model and like you have a video where like you're kind of shaking your butt at the camera, like, you know.
Yeah, we vote on policy. Like, who cares about that? Would I personally do that if I was running? No, but you know, she's young. Are
you going to stand up for women in women's spaces? Are you going to like hold Congress accountable for the ways that it's messing up and the ways that it's wasting our taxpayer money? Like, what are you going to do for your local constituents? Like, how are you looking to make our lives more livable and make our future better?
I also don't find that embarrassing. She looks magnificent.
Oh yeah, look,
but I mean, if anything, it just makes me like her more. She looks great. So,
and there's going to be a ton of people like that, and there's going to be a ton of people on the other side who's like, oh, well, she's kind of a whore, and I don't want anything to do with that. And you know, like they all have their opinion, and everybody's
and
got
those people are not getting laid enough, and that is why they have that opinion. You're asking me.
I think right. It's if someone is a congresswoman and they are currently kind of putting out thirst traps, then I would be like, okay, your focus is on getting attention for your looks, which is great and all. But I would be like, okay, do you care more about that or your work? If it's in your past, I'm cool with it. But if it's like during the time that you are running for or in office, then I would be like,
but it's just being a woman. Look at AOC. She's objectively, I would say she's objectively attractive, right?
She is.
No matter what she does, and we love Alex Stein, he's going to walk up to her and call her a big booty Latina. It's just being a woman, all right? She was in a fucking, just a pantsuit.
That's true.
People will always comment on women's looks. Because she's a beautiful woman, unless you look like, I don't know, Miss Trunchbull, is that you need to be ugly and hideous and in a burqa to run for office.
No,
right? Yeah,
because if you're too ugly, culture too far. I agree, but also like if you're running on a platform of family values and like conservatism, then it does make sense to be a little bit to scrutinize a little bit. If like you then are like, hey, look at my butt.
But not if you're too ugly, that's not good either. If you're a woman in a public figure, you'll get
you don't win if you're a woman, and you don't win if you're women are more likely to be scrutinized on their looks, and men are more likely to be scrutinized on like how manly they actually are. The idea that like any one group is getting more crapped on right now is not necessarily the case, especially with the internet.
Yeah.
You got to be
So
a
you
little
have to
attractive.
You gotta have thick skin these days. That's for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, especially on X, formerly known as Twitter. My goodness.
We're not
Oh, yeah.
calling it X. I refuse.
I
Okay.
can't.
Same,
won't
Chrissy.
call it
I
that.
hate that
I
name.
can't. Yeah.
I
Twitter
refuse. But
forever.
let's go to
Dead
Chongus.
name forever.
Hongus.
Jungus.
Bonerland ahead. Oh, I love her face. His face, her face.
Her face.
I
Look at her
love
stomach arms. Those are
it.
my favorite thing on the planet.
Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.